Hi everyone, today we are going to be looking at the E natural minor 1 octave scale. So when we go to look at learning this, we are making sure that we are putting our first finger behind first finger notes, second finger behind second finger notes, third finger behind third finger notes. In E natural minor, we have a key signature with an F sharp, so we will always be playing an F sharp with a second finger. So this is the scale that you will be presenting. And when you usually play that, it will also go back. So how do we go about learning this? Well, putting it into little chunks is usually the best way to do it. So for me, when I'm actually guiding people through this, I like to actually do the first 3 notes. So I'm mindful that I'm changing and using index, middle, walking fingers, and I will also just do a little bit at a time. So the first one will be E, F sharp in the bass, which is with my second finger, and then G. So I will practice that lots of times. So I will go E, F sharp, G, and as you hear me speaking, I actually get myself into a routine of saying that, so my brain makes the connection with where that is on the fretboard. So E, F sharp, G, E, F sharp, G, E, F sharp, G, E, F sharp, G. So that's the first one. The second series of 3 notes is A, B, C, and this is on the 5th string. So we've got open A, B for bad in the bass, C, and as you can see, the B note, I use my second finger because I'm behind the 2nd fret, and my 3rd finger I use behind the 3rd fret. So then I would work on the next 3 notes, A, B, C, and again I'm speaking them, A, B, C, A, B, C. Then I would go to the last 2 notes of the scale, which are D, open D, and E. So I would just practice D, E, open D, E, open D, E, and then I would put that together in little subsections. So it goes like this: E, F sharp, G, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E, D, E. And then I would actually practice trying to go through at a slow speed first, without the stops between changing between the 3 notes on each string and the 2 on the 4th string. So for example, I would start slow and I'd go like this. Join me if you can. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. At all times, my fingers are changing and alternating. So lots of us guitar teachers like to use the term walking fingers because we're actually always changing the fingers. So when you view this video, just make sure that you are looking both at what I'm doing in the left hand as well as what I'm doing on the right. So once we've worked on the scale going up, we would also want to work on the scale going back. So I would do the reverse approach. So I would go E, D, E, D. Now, when I start to do this as a beginner student, you probably will find that your hand might kind of chuck out a little bit. Really awesome practice is where you actually keep this part off the connection of the neck so that it is just pinpointing the actual string, probably say 2 to 3 millimeters behind the metal fret here, and you just play that note and then you lift it off a little bit so that your hand's not actually coming totally off. So we've got E, D, and then we do the next string in backwards order. C, B, A, so practicing that again. And as you can see, I've actually got both of my fingers down and I'm kind of peeling them off. C, B, A. And then I would do the same on the last 3 notes. G, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, E. So when we then practice the descending, going backwards part, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. After we've done that, we would then practice multiple times. I always like to use the number 5 in a row, and we would practice going up and back in one sitting. So it sounds like this. Join me if you can. And hopefully that will give you at least enough of an understanding how to go about practicing this, how to go about remembering it. Just remind yourself that when you're learning these scales, that sometimes there are some guitar techniques and sometimes there's actually some music theory that you need to remember about this one. So E natural minor has an F sharp in the key signature, which means we will always play a sharp F. So have fun, keep practicing. Just remember, every little bit actually makes you step forward towards being a more awesome guitarist. And we can't wait to get the next scale out to you very soon. Well done.